Pay your copyright. You live to talk about it.
Jedu takhle tábořit, Škodou 100 na Oravu, spěchám, proto riskuji, projíždím přes Moravu, řádí tam to strašidlo, vystupuje.
First up, we have an ad from ACgamefinds. Well, looky here, classic video games for sale, sweet. Well, it was sweet until I saw the price, $600. This must be something good. Classic video games for sale. Centipede and Donkey Kong, very good condition, $600 each, worth a lot more. Love ads that don't use punctuation, don't you? By the way, what's the point of that random single comma in the middle of the sentence? Why start using punctuation there? And Centipede and Donkey Kong are definitely classics, but for $600 each, that's almost the cost of a 92 Buick. I have to assume they're arcade games, but you wouldn't know because Douche Tits is too lazy to post pictures. Nothing like contemplating spending over a G on video games with no evidence on what you're buying. For all you know, these could be copies for the effing ColecoVision. Next, we have an ad from Alex Cherie 34. Ah, yes, Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link for the NES. Some view this as a classic. Personally, I thought this game was a steaming pile of shit, but since the game itself is gold, it must be worth $150. Oh, and it's in its original casing, like the casing of the ground pig lips and snouts on that ballpark hot dog you're munching on while watching this. Whoa, I almost glossed over this. According to Rubberneck, this game was released for the Super Nintendo. I was unaware of that. And for all of you interested in this rare Super Nintendo classic, too bad. I already bought it. $165 shipped. Great fucking deal.
Jozin s Bazin, močálem se blíží, Jozin s Bazin, k vesnici se blíží.
Next is a hell of an ad submitted by the tandem of EDT1138 and bigdaddydarth. Usually sellers on Craigslist look to receive the value of the gold in Fort Knox for their Atari system and games, so it's surprising to see this Atari go for $25. But one look at the picture would have the roaches in your home running away from the computer screen. I mean, are you shitting me? That Atari looks like it was used as a dust devil for the last 20 years. It may even been the prototype of a Swifter. Funniest thing about this is that there's some sort of cleaning fluid right behind the damn thing. Do me a favor, slobs. Spray some of that Lysol glass cleaner on there, spruce it up a little bit, and you may have a deal. Friggin' savages.
Jozin s Bazin, kouše sajerdousí, na Jozina s Bazin, koho by to napadlo?
Next is an ad submitted by one of you in YouTube land, but I forgot to name the file after I saved it, so feel free to volunteer your name, and if you recognize this ad, I'll give you credit posthumously. Speaking of dead things, look at this ad about Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, Sonic's been dead for years, but you wouldn't know it by the $75 price tag on this Sonic the Hedgehog 1. He points out the obvious flaws to his logic and in this outrageous price. This is the original 1991 Sonic the Hedgehog 1. This game has never been used, and the game was a promotional game with the Genesis. There was no original sealed packaging. However, this game was never used. Came off the assembly line, eh? Were you there when this particular copy left headquarters? Oh, and he's willing to trade for modern. Modern what? Modern furniture? Modern toilet paper? Modern used condoms? Oh, and he consistently, spelled wrong, checks his email, but telecommunication is preferred. Okay there, Verizon. I'll make sure I telecommunicate with you and send you a pic with my middle finger raised and a stank mask. Next is an ad from Freeport, Long Island. Clearly, this seller graduated from Harvard. Buy the Sega Genesis and get a Sega Saturn free. Well, I guess it's pretty self-explanatory. I have a Genesis and some games, Kid Camilden. Wow, I always wanted to play Kid Camilden. If you weren't a fan of Sega or a collector, would you have a friggin' clue what the hell a Kid Chameleon is? I'm serious. And he goes on. Sonic the Hedgehog, Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, Revenge of Shinobi, Columns, Super Hang-On, Sonic 3, NBA Jam, Desert Strike, Hardball. Clearly he's trying to pawn off the Sega 6-pack as several games. Oh, and World Save It 60 and give you a Saturn for free. Logical, precise, like zeros and ones. Has there ever been a scientific study about how much time text-to-speak actually saves someone when typing? I mean, is it worth the 2 seconds you save as opposed to writing like a friggin' derelict?
Platí jen a pouze práškovací letadlo.
Next, we have an ad from horseasaurusrex. Now, this ad is completely opposite from the previous. For one, there's proper grammar and spelling, but there is one minor flaw. The seller is a fucking liar. So this ad claims to be selling a PS1 in games. The seller claims that there's 3 major points as to how the very understandable price of $130 was ascertained. First point is the like-new condition of the PS1. Oh, and just so you feel positive about the garbage the seller is unleashing, he or she isn't sure if the system has wired controllers or actually how many controllers actually come with the system. Doesn't that raise your confidence? Second, the seller claims that he or she did some due diligence and research. The claim is that on certain websites a PS1 is worth $200. Alright, Pinocchio, your nose just slapped me in the face through the computer screen. Furthermore, the seller claims to have $300 worth in games, but I mean, why even mention those, huh? Third is the rarity of the system. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, only 40 million PS1s were produced. I mean, I could probably play Minecraft with the amount of PS1s I have. And now that that thesis is done, make sure you hurry, cause this will go fast!
Jozin s Bazin, močálem se blíží. Jozin s Bazin, k vesnici se blíží.
Next is some Jenny goodness, and this ad provided by Syphic. And by goodness we mean that if you'd like to spend the equivalent of a steak dinner at Peter Luger's, then you could own this Jenny in 8 games for $300. I think I could spot such gems as World Championship Soccer and John Madden. Oh, and thanks for the tip there, Pussy Willow. You mean I could spend $300 and then spend more in both time and money by searching eBay for the connections for the system? This deal is friggin' spectacular. Here's another ad provided by Zaven Ness 1718. Ah, yeah, another Jenny. And this one comes with such works of art like Madden 92 and Shaq Fu. He wants $63? And a quick glance at the title states that he's actually looking for $77. Alright, a discount. Do I need to show this douche my AAA card? Wait, hold on, there's more. He'll throw in all 3 Mortal Kombats and Lethal Enforcers with the gun for $37 more, or $100 total. I mean, there's no rule that states you need to use round numbers on Craigslist, but for those that don't, you kind of look like a lunatic. Why the $77 in the title? Furthermore, I think this guy needs to trade that Jenny for a Texas Instruments calculator.
Jozin s Bazin, už je celý bílý. Jozin s Bazin, z močálu ven pí.
There's a rash of shitbags like this on Craigslist, as portrayed by this ad submitted by JuniorMan231. What a sneaky bastard. He's looking to spend around $1 to $2 a piece on SNES games. Congratulations, who isn't? Then gives you a substantial list of games he's looking for. Wait, no, he doesn't actually. He's looking for any Marios, Secret of Mana, well, ain't that interesting, Lion King, and F-Zero, amongst others. I gotta tell you, that list is suspect. It's almost as if you threw Secret of Mana on there as an afterthought, you know, before the random Lion King, which actually isn't a bad game. But taking it a step further, here's another one of these douches on Long Island. List inside, $5,000! That's just to get your attention. He actually has a substantial list of what he or she would like, but here is what I would pay for games with nice labels and no stickers and writing on them. Quick glance, he'd be willing to give you $5 for your Contra, $5 for your Dragon Warrior 2, $10 for your Dragon Warrior 4, and expanding that list, and I'm not sure if YouTube can make this out, but he'd be willing to give you $65 for your Earthbound, $10 for your Conker's Bad Fur Day, and $25 for your Dracula X for the Super Nintendo. Ain't that quaint? These shitbags are the worst of the dreaded resellers. Besides the fact that the buyer would turn around with your $65 Earthbound and resell it for $175 on eBay or Amazon, he doesn't even have to work for it. He just puts an ad up. There's no thrill of the hunt here. There's no game chasing. There's no G-Sound Live. There's no retro rewind. Shameless plug, check those videos out on my channel. No video game hunting with Ryan right now. No Friday night pickups with EDT1138. No dumpster diving with Monkey's World 1. No dollar bin searching with Master Tuba 3. No good old fashioned hauling retro goodness with Saddam Todd. No thrifting with Classic Game Hunter. No flea market hunting with Retro Mike. No garage sailing with Business 17. Or no full pulls with Bidhead 1000. Just pure fuck you. Hope you're down on your luck. Owe rent, need to pay bills, don't play those gems anymore. Here's 20% of what the games are worth. Absolute summer's eve douching. Sick part is that people are probably selling this fuckhead some classic retro goodness. Keep sending in those ads. If you don't see your ad here, it'll be featured in a future episode. I'll see you next time.